and piles of cards like all around my living room and whatnot. So this should be the last of the bulk, I believe. Just, you know, see, there's from the collection, there's like some foils and stuff scattered throughout. A lot of like Fable, the Flame Veil, and the Genex. There's a lot of that stuff. See, there's a few secret rares, just nothing worth anything really, but just like random stuff that I got through collections, Miss Valley stuff, Naturia things. Yeah, I just have like random packs that I may have bought or whatever, and I just like stuck them on the shelf and they got mixed in with the rest of the bulk. I'm sorry about the cough. I've been getting pretty sick lately, so hopefully it clears up soon, because sick's not fun. Yeah, there's all that crap. Actually, okay, so this stuff I have like bulk this is bulk like goat stuff or whatever, just things that are like possible to put in goat decks or whatnot, which is pretty neat, because I ordered I have like 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 goat decks here, and the only card I don't have for all of them are the Liquid Duo. I think I own like 4 or 5 of them that I bought, and the plan was to make a bunch of goat decks, so when I do have people I can play with in real life, we have options, you know, like I don't have to like wait for them to like, get a goat deck together. I'll have them all, and you know, we could just keep switching and changing throughout, playing different matchups and whatnot. A lot of this stuff is either goat or stuff that I felt was going to be relevant, or you know, like things that could go into your deck that you just want to have like easy access to. And then here's more goat stuff. So yeah, I have a little, that's what this box is just goat stuff, and like I said, stuff that, you know, side deck options or just like play testing things. Here is a bit of bulk. Here's a bunch of rares from the Maximum Crisis in here. So when I buy boxes of stuff, I try to keep a playset of everything for myself, and then I'll put the rest in either bulk or binders or whatnot, so I can trade them away if I bring myself to trade. So yeah, like I said, Retaliating Season, there's like side deck things, X-Saber. I'll also I'll see like a cool combo online, then I'll order the cards to get it. Usually it's like just cheap cards or whatnot. And then by the time they come in, I like forget what the hell I even ordered them for or whatever, because I have like a million YouTube videos, you know, favorited. So I'll find something, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, you know, order the stuff to play that, and then I'll just like forget about it. All right, this should be like the last of the bulk stuff, but there's some random things in here. Like this is all Duel Saga stuff, and like I said before, you'll see, like, the bend in this shit is ridiculous. Like, you couldn't even play this in America because it's so bent. It's disgusting. So yeah, I really regret buying so much of this shit over here in England or whatever, because it's all fucking bent up, or warped rather. It's not really necessarily a bend, I guess, but some of this stuff is like side decks from decks I had together in the past or whatever, like my Satellar Knight deck. I really love that deck because I've always been like a control type of player, I guess, no matter what card game I'm playing. So in Magic the Gathering, I used to play, these are, like I said, just deconstructed decks or sideboards for decks or extra decks for my old decks. I'm going to try to focus this a little more. But yeah, I've always loved, you know, control decks or whatever, so I love the Satellar Knight deck because it's like straight control. Here's a DD deck that I never really put the effort into learning the combos, because there's like so many fucking combos, and especially for a new player still trying to learn all the cards, you know, it's pretty overwhelming. That's why it took me a long time to even mess with Pendulum monsters, because they have pendulum effects and then they have their normal effects, or the actual monster effects. This is a Chain Burn deck that I put together. My Cards of Demise are in my True Draco deck right now, so That's the only thing that's missing out of here, I believe. And you'll see as I go through some of the stuff, like this right here, I just proxy some things, but it's cards that I own or whatever, but instead of just moving them from one deck to another, I'll just proxy them, and then if I decide to play that deck, then, you know, I can always just swap between. So I know this is kind of like bulk, but I mean, there are some things that are worth showing, I think, in this portion anyway. I'm bending the hell out of some of these cards on accident. Let's see. This is just random shit. Oh yeah, this was the Destiny Soldiers bulk or extra shit that I had. Just when you buy like full foil sets or whatever, you don't really have the room to display it in your binder, or I'll try to put like a few of each one in there or whatever, just for trade purposes. And yeah, here's some like gold stuff, gold sets or whatever. Some Fusion Enforcer bulk or whatever. It's just like super rares and stuff from there. Some random shit. A few cheap ultimate rares that I bought online at one time, just in case they like were relevant. These are a lot of these are all rares right here, just kind of like the monsters, spells, extra deck monsters, and this is all from the 3 structure decks of the dinosaur. This is all the shit that I didn't use. Alright, let's try to move on to some of my decks now. Actually, hold on. I now have another pile of shit right here. Just random things. Trying out different numbers for decks or whatever. Like mostly when I'm testing, I'm either playing online or I'll just do practice hands right there at my computer. And you know, I'll like move around some numbers or whatever just for play testing purposes, I guess. Here's the Yang Zine stuff I was considering putting in my dinosaur deck, but I don't know. The dinosaur deck's already inconsistent as it is, so I feel like throwing another engine in there could like hinder it a little bit more than it already is. Some magician sideboard stuff there, or extra deck stuff. It's different. These are from upgrading to super rares. I ordered some super rares because they're fairly cheap now. Here's a bunch of spiral stuff that I never got to play test either. I want to have a pure spiral deck put together. I just need to come up with a decent list. And oh, I just ordered this recently. I'm waiting for my third one to come in, but promo Buster Bladers. I thought that was pretty badass. So I'm waiting on my third one of that to come in. Oh shit, making a mess here. Hopefully I can finish this video before my phone dies, because that would be kind of lame to have to wait for it to charge. This is all stuff from the new set. Whatever, Pendulum Evolution. These are all my extra stuff from it, which I literally just did a video of yesterday, so you can check my channel for that if you're interested. But you just pretty much saw what came through. Besides all the ultra rares and stuff are in my deck. So this is my True Draco deck. I'll just skim through it real fast. It's Demise True Dracos, I guess you'd say. I was gonna play this today. It was either this or Pure Zoo. I was leaning more towards this because I won last week with Pure Zoo, and I wanted to try something else. These are my Pendulum Magician deck that I'm trying to learn still. It's got the the Mist Valley Apex Avions in there. So I'm trying to learn this. Like I said, I never really mess with pendulum monsters too much, so it's kind of a lot to try to learn, in my opinion. Let's see. Now I'll go through some of my somewhat abandoned decks I haven't messed with too much. Here's my dinosaur deck. This is probably my favorite deck ever, but it really doesn't do a ton. Like, I like playing it, it's really fun and whatnot, but you make 2 monsters, and then if those die, it's kind of like bleh. You have some boss monsters like Ultimate Conductor Tyrannos, so I have some proxies because the diagrams and stuff are in my other decks. And yeah, there's a lot of proxies in here. Yeah, just like, I don't know, the dinosaur deck, like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's really fragile, in my opinion. So that's why I haven't been playing it lately. Here's a Heartbeat deck that I haven't got to play either. I saw a few replays on this online or whatever, and it looked really cool because it looks pretty control-y too. But I just haven't had the time to play it. I played with it online for a little bit, but I'm still learning it. So there's that. Let's see what's in here. Oh yeah, so here's a Herald of Perfection deck. I really like this deck too because, like I said, I like control decks, and this is super controlled oriented. I don't know. I think this deck can still be good probably. I played against it. I got 10% on my phone, so I'm gonna try to hurry up. But I played against this at my locals and I beat it or whatever. I misplayed hard against that deck too because I played Zoodiac for the first time, and yeah, I kind of misplayed, and then I tilted and just like passed my turn without even attacking, and like, I don't know, it was just a mess my first round, and then or the first game against him, and then here's my old Blue Eyes deck. I ended up beating him like round 2 and 3. I was looking for these things. I was considering running that in Zoodiac for the mirror, and I was gonna put those in my sideboard, but there's not a ton of Zoodiac running around my locals. My locals isn't like super hardcore competitive, unfortunately. I wish it was a little bit more competitive than it is, but I don't know. I mean, some of the kids are pretty good. They'll go to regionals. Here's my Dark Magician deck that I'm working. Well, I pretty much have everything I need. There's just a few proxies in here, like my Desires or other decks. I need my 3rd Summoner's Art to be foil. I ordered a few online, and then I ended up deciding to buy the Pendulum Evolution deck. So I'll have 5 total or whatever, because I only pulled 2 out of my deck. I believe this is my Dark Lord deck. Yeah. I really like this deck too. I thought it was pretty good, and then I was telling one of my friends, I was like trying to convince him that it was really good and it was pretty cheap that he could play it. And when he was playtesting it, it just wasn't performing as well as like I remembered it being good or whatever. So I have another Zombie-Stein. Ultra rare there. Yeah, this box has been through some shit. This is from Magic the Gathering. It's just like falling apart or whatever. Alright, here's a few other decks that aren't GOAT, because I have a ton of GOAT decks I can go through as well. Oh yeah, so this is my Magnet Warrior deck. This is actually really fun too. I think Gorgonic Guardian is like low-key one of the best XZ monsters. It's like it's really fucking good. You can negate your opponent's monster's effect, make its attack 0, and then you can destroy an opponent's monster that has 0 attack on your turn, I believe. I know, like, I really like this deck. It was a lot of fun. I never tried playing it at locals. I may have been able to do well with it, but I always tried. Like I said, I wouldn't be like super meta, but I would always try to do or play something that has a chance. Like I played Invoked Wind Witches for a long time. I think 1 week I won with that one. So here's a pure hero deck, because one of my buddies that was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I met him at my locals. We started playing together, and he kind of just quit. But he played heroes a lot, and it looked pretty cool, you know. And then I started getting into GX, so I was like, fuck, I want to make a hero deck. So I bought that stuff to make it. Here's my Invoked deck, my Invoked Wind Witch deck. Yeah, I was playing the hell out of this for a while, and then I just started moving on to other things. I still really like the deck. It's a lot of fun, and I love the Wind Witches, and I love Elistar. He looks really badass. He's like one of my favorite looking monsters. Here's some cards, because I made a version that was supposed to do well going second, and then I just started trying to make a more traditional type build or whatever. So that's the extra shit that I took out in the back there. And then here's a Vision Hero deck. My Beals is in my Pendulum deck right now, so it's supposed to be in here as well. But yeah, this is a Vision Hero, I guess, to Zulkin, whatever you want to call it, deck. This is another deck that I was playtesting a lot, doing practice hands a lot at home or whatever. I just never really took it to locals to try it out. And now I have a ton of GOAT decks I can go through real fast. I'm sure my phone will die before I get through it, so there may be an interruption, and I'll probably pick up back where I left off. So yeah, so these decks I haven't got to play with at all, just because, like I said, I don't know, I have a couple people that know old school Yu-Gi-Oh, so I could probably get them to play this with me. And be able to, you know, have a good time playing or whatever. I just need to ask them to fucking hang out sometime, I guess. I like just staying home and being, like, staying to myself, playing my video games and just watching shit online. But yeah, so I just wanted variety for GOAT or whatever, so it doesn't get stale. But it'll never get stale if I never play this shit. Also, there was a couple people at my locals that said they were making GOAT decks or whatever, but I don't think any of them have gotten theirs together yet. So all the cards that you see are blank are delinquent duos, and like I said, I own like four or five of them, I believe. I just got tired of buying them. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start switching them between. Well, if I were to play these decks or whatever, I would just start switching them between deck to deck or whatever. So I'm almost halfway done with my GOAT decks, and then that'll pretty much wrap it up. I think I have a couple other boxes I could pop open and show you guys, but yeah. Well, I have 2, 4, 6, 7 more GOAT decks to just go through. So yeah, this is like a vampire or zombie, not vampire, a zombie one. Yeah, you like, if you're interested in GOAT, you can actually make GOAT decks fairly cheap, because besides like things like Delinquent Duo, even that's like half the price now that it was when I was buying them. Because I was buying them at like almost 20 a pop, I believe, and they're if I'm not mistaken, I think they're under 15 right now. I could be wrong. That might just be like a damaged version, but from what I remember, it was a lot cheaper than what I bought them for. But yeah, so like, there's really cheap reprint versions of a lot of the cards that you need for GOAT decks. So I just like to make sure I have the old text version of them, such as like Ring of Destruction. Got some cool mirror forces in there. These are also a little pricey if you're trying to play a Metamorphosis build with the fusion monsters in the side. But there are plenty of GOAT decks out there that don't use the fusion monsters or whatnot, and you know, they're significantly cheaper. So almost done. A few more decks to go through. Yeah, I think this is like a Fiend deck. I love this Slate Warrior, just the rarity on that is pretty badass. But yeah, you could definitely make a very, very budget friendly GOAT deck. You just won't have any like fancy rarities in it. So if you're a rarity whore, it'll probably be a little bit pricey. And I know some people like to get the original cards of some sorts, but like the original Magician of Face, so they'll be paying like a lot of money just for the original ones, when you can get, you know, like a Dual Saga one, I think, in my opinion, looks beautiful with the, you know, the horizontal rarity streaks on it or whatever. So I think in my opinion, that's cooler than having like an original Magician of Faith or something like that. But that's just me. This is Benkai OTK deck. And then one more GOAT deck, and that'll pretty much wrap it up, I think. So yeah, Delinquent Duo. So I have a few of it. So I can't really wait to play these GOAT decks. Other than that, I mean, I have a couple other boxes here. Like, this one is another box of stuff. No, this is just extra sleeves and shit that I don't use. One of these boxes, I have this in another box that's like, this is a Magic the Gathering box. So this has like foil set, like Fusion Enforcer and shit like that. Or promos, like just super rare promos that are easy to get. And then this one, this is another box of stuff that is like somewhat relevant that, you know, like you might need. Like there's some staples like Book of Moons and shit like that. Little small engine cards, or like archetype specific cards, you know, that I might need in the future, or, you know, I want to not dig through a billion cards to find. Like this was for Cyber Dragon deck that I never really got to play. There's a Pot of or not Desires, but what was that pop card? I can't even think of the name right now, but just, you know, random things that you could use. Some Quaking Mirror Forces, sideboard cards, Imperial Iron Walls and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Just, like I said, stuff that's easily accessible if I, you know, randomly need a card. But anyways, that's pretty much my entire Yu-Gi-Oh collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's a very long video, I'm sorry, and my phone might cut off while doing this like ending portion, but if you like that video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more videos from me in the future. I like to do pack openings, I like to do deck profiles if I do successful at my locals. I just try to do as much Yu-Gi-Oh content as possible with my, you know, I have a full-time job and whatnot, I'm in the military, so I just do what I can in my free time. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in future videos. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and peace.